my dad was diagnosed with epilepsy, and I wanted to find out more about it, so I chose to research it for my senior project. And I came into contact with Rita Moore from the Epilepsy Foundation, and I wanted to do whatever I could to help. And Rita discussed the idea of sending out information to young children about epilepsy. And so together we came up with the idea for the coloring book. And I wrote the story and I asked my brother to illustrate it for me.
And the illustrations are amazing. So, your dad, is your dad in the room?
Yes.
I thought that was Dad. I thought that was you. All right, and who else do you have?
I have my brother Neil,
Hey, Neil.
my younger brother Preston,
Hey, Preston.
and my mom.
Hey, Mom. You know, it's so funny because I figured that was the whole family. You guys all look alike, so that's absolutely wonderful. All right, I got to ask you this, Andrew. Knowing that your dad has epilepsy, right? Well, what's that like?
Well, at first it was really, really jarring, and I knew what epilepsy was at that time, but I didn't know a lot of information about it. So this for me has been a really learning experience to be able to research in depth what epilepsy is, and in doing so I wanted to give everyone else the chance to learn as well as I did.
Yeah. Kelly, conversations with your dad. What does this mean to your dad personally and your whole family?
Well, I chose to research epilepsy for my senior project, and my dad was touched by that, and that the fact that we decided to write this book in dedication to him, and it's definitely been a journey supporting him throughout the whole way.
Kelly, when you say senior in
High school.
In high school, wow, that's great. What school?
Center for Creative Arts.
Okay, yeah. All right, so tell me about this book. It's first of all, Andrew, you illustrated all of this?
Yeah, it took around a month to illustrate.
Just a month? Have you seen this book? That's amazing to me, actually. I mean, that's really amazing, the detail with the illustrations of this book.
Yeah, normally when I illustrate, it's usually varying between really simple or really detailed, and because I wanted more than just kids to find this book and color it, I had to make it really, really detailed to make coloring seem fun and challenging at the same time.
Absolutely. So Kelly, put us in this book. What do you want everybody who reads this book, when you take it to schools, when you're in the community with this book, when it's online and we can get it, right, through the Epilepsy Foundation, what do you want, when they're finished with this book, what's the biggest thing you want them to get out of this?
Well, one of the main things that I want them to take away from the book is obviously some knowledge about epilepsy, but in the book there are two best friends, Sally and Lily, and Sally has epilepsy, but this doesn't change their friendship. They're still best friends, even though Sally has epilepsy.
Wow. So tell us about the book. How long did it take you to write it? It started obviously with the passion behind knowing that your dad has epilepsy, but the words and the names, where did all that come about? Like I'm looking at Hillcrest Elementary.
Yes.
So did you go to Hillcrest Elementary?
No, I didn't, but at Center for Creative Arts I was a writing major, so it wasn't that hard to write the book. It took me about a week, maybe. I don't know the exact dates, but I just came up with the idea and started writing, and didn't stop.
So what are some kids, people that's read this book, what are they saying about it?
They seem to really enjoy it. They seem they want to take it for their sister or their brother or their cousin who has epilepsy or who knows someone who has epilepsy.
Yeah, yeah. I love it that it's a family project, you know, and there's such a dynamic purpose behind this book. And I'm excited that the Epilepsy Foundation is backing this book, because it's got to be good with 5,000 copies. That's awesome. That is incredible. That is incredible. Well, thank you very much for your time. And do we have time to open it up for Q&A?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Great idea.
Yeah, is that all right with you guys?
Yeah. Do you plan to write another book?
You have plans to write another book?
I don't know.
Maybe, yes. Hey, Andrew, is this your first project, illustration?
Yeah, for illustrating a book, this would be my first project. I got the style from, there's an old series I used to read as a kid. It's called The Secret of Droon. And the illustrations are by Tim Jessup. And his illustrations are really, they're not like cutesy or anything, but they have an energy to them that just draws you in as you read, and your imagination just flourishes to help create the life of those images. And that's why I wanted to capture with this style.
Any questions?
Okay. Kelly, how did we get to the idea of Sally, since this is sort of about your dad?
Well, I knew I wanted to attract a younger audience. So I remembered one scene when I was younger where I was playing with my best friend on the playground, and I thought that it would be a really neat idea since a lot of younger kids relate to that. So I would just write about that.
Good question.
Yes?
In the book, did you put any incidences that you did see, that you experienced in the book?
Not the people. The people aren't named, but I did base it off incidences that I did see.
I gotta ask you, Dad, how does this make you feel?
Oh, it's just one of those dad moments where you go, wow, you know, it's wonderful for Kelly and Drew to have, you know, this time and to be able to help with the ignorance factor, which is huge out there. It's just huge, and be able to do this in a creative way, and you know, it's only going to do good for people out there, and through this media right here, it's great. So it's a proud moment as a dad.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's creative, it's unique, and it's interactive. I love the fact that it's interactive. So, and I think it's gonna attract kids to this. So, and the biggest thing in me on a personal level, you know, my wife has epilepsy, and my nephew was just diagnosed with epilepsy. He's 4, and you know, I'm thinking that how this is going to affect my family. You know, not just my girls at home, but you know, my parents, they have 13 grandkids, and how we all need to know more about epilepsy and how it affects us, you know. So thank you for your time tonight. Thank you for your time on this, and I think it's a wonderful thing. We've got more questions.
How old did you say you were when you were diagnosed?
When my dad was diagnosed, it was in 2010, so I was junior in high school. Sophomore in high
read
school.
about it and understand it, or were you like panicked, or how did you deal with it? You weren't really a child, I guess.
I didn't know anything about epilepsy, and it was really frightening. But after I chose to do my senior project on it, like I was researching so much that I knew a lot of information. So it wasn't too frightening after that.
Had y'all seen the seizures with your dad?
Yes. Any more questions? Yes?
What do you have to do with it in the future?
In the future, well, I hope to continue distributing it to everybody, all children and adults, and they can use it to learn more about epilepsy.
And
Yes.
thought about doing one of these or something similar for different age groups of people that have epilepsy?
I haven't thought about that, but that's a good idea.
As Sally grows up, as she becomes an adult, and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Make it serious.
Absolutely. The brainstorming up here. Brainstorming session. Mom, were you going to say something?
I was just going to interject two things. One thing, it to me, watching them put this together has kind of helped them bring it full center. Really help all of us. I mean, when George started having seizures, he kind of went from the phase-out seizures to the grand mal seizures, so it's really kind of extreme. And they were all at home. Kelly and everybody gravitated home. Everybody was, the boys were away at college, and they ended up wanting to come home, just make sure George was okay. Kelly had the chance to go off to many schools and chose not to, but they were there when they were there 100%. So it was really neat to see that. It's definitely proud, something to be proud of.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And Kelly, tell them about how this has helped you future-wise in your roommate.
Last semester, my roommate also had epilepsy, and after doing this project, I knew what to do when she had a seizure. And I lived with 7 other people, and none of them really knew what epilepsy was.
Yeah. Wow.
Plus, we're overseas. So the chance of someone actually knowing what to do over there became severely limited.
You know, you hit it right on the dot. I mean, I was just asked yesterday morning, what do you do when somebody has a seizure, you know? And it's material like this that's going to educate people. So.
And we also have a pamphlet that can explain more
Look at that.
about
It's
epilepsy and what to do.
Anybody have any more